crime, as you see, this northeastern region, including our state of Meghalaya, is an important transit route of many of the like wildlife trade items like pangolin scales, pangolin, then even ivory, rhino horns, like past, like we had, if you see the past 20 years data, we have all this coming up. So there are local crime, and also the most disturbing is this international high criminal gang, that kind of crime. Localized crime still, hunting, little poaching, all these are there. Plus these are the two nature of crimes basically. And for the localized, like those crimes like poaching of animals or killing, we have had widespread awareness again. As you see, as the time passes on, when we see the records, the crime rate is decreasing with respect to poaching, killing and all, because that much awareness is there. Earlier people didn't know about the existence of Wildlife Protection Act, that so and so hunting of animal is like a crime. But with widespread awareness and community participation, every wildlife week or day we used to celebrate with the village, so that kind of awareness is creating, so that type of crimes are coming down. But as in recently, we have a few incidences of large scale crime in wildlife materials and all. So this is a part of the larger organized wildlife crime. So what we have is that in this, our state is not alone. Like we have a collaboration in India. We have the Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, which is a body which used to take care of, coordinate the, because most of these organized crime, we need coordination from the Interpol or the Enforcement Directorate. Many are linked with drugs also. There are a lot of chain of events. So WCCB is the linking body which used to connect with other departments, customs, because many of the animals last time are exotic animals. So again, they don't come into the purview of the Wildlife Protection Act, but under CITES. So inter-enforcement agency collaboration is done through the WCCB, the Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. So these are the various ways in which we are trying to enforce, increasing the awareness to the last man in the villages, and using technology and using the resources, like many of these crimes are linked with other arms, then a lot of illegal money, all those. So different agency wise we are dealing collectively. So this is
just to add to what you were saying, that most of the animal products that we got are in transit. They're not necessarily from the state of Meghalaya. This is just a transit route, it's collected in certain places outside Meghalaya and then brought along this route. So one is that. Then of course, to address the shortfall of these wildlife protected areas, we have developed the concept of this. There's a provision under the Wildlife Act for constitution of these community reserves. These are basically private lands where the people give their lands for management. Now, in developing these community reserves, we have first of all identified the sacred groves, because though they are sacred, they were earlier kept in a pristine condition in the earlier days. Now the young generation have sort of neglected them, and they were degenerating. So we've given priority, identified those existing sacred groves, also other forest patches having significant wildlife population. Now we have constituted 81 community reserves, which is quite a significant number, and I think we're adding a few more to that. Now this is also providing additional habitat, to the to the animal population, and the people also the communities who give this land also get benefits in the form of entry point activities. We make sure that we look into all their requirements so that we reduce their dependency on the forest areas, providing them in drinking water, in situ drinking water, and then stall feeding of cattle, income generating activities like apiaries and piggeries, poultry rearing and all that, so that they don't have to go, and then we provide, I think, alternative sources of fuel also, to wood, so that they don't have to go and then of course the major attraction is promoting of ecotourism. And then we also, as incentives, we provide community halls, schools also, I think you built in some places.
Yes.
So the gangs here is from Myanmar and all these neighboring countries.
Mostly the transit route of wildlife crime is towards Myanmar, Indo-China region, and this is the transit route. Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram towards Myanmar, main transit route of illegal trade.
From the arrested people, what do they say? They get what are they using this for? Medicine or what?
Exactly, sir. I cannot comment on that, but it's a general. What is that? All these animal parts are used in the Indo-China region as because of their medicinal property, the so-called medicinal properties. It is not medicine. For example, rhino hole. They have medicinal properties, but it's actually keratin. These are all misinformation. Especially this Indo-China region has got that kind of myth.
Yeah,
I
myth.
should say.
That means they just decorate their houses with all this, or what is the purpose?
No, they-
aphrodisiac properties
yeah,
they use for
they consider them
this
medicine.
rhino horn, like,
Though
which
there's
is
no
a
scientific
myth
basis
actually.
here.
It's so we are trying to create that awareness also. Like these are not medicines; these are just hair. Rhino horn is the material is just like our human hair, keratin, nothing more than
So
that.
there is no medicinal value.
There's absolutely no medicinal value. It's a myth.
What about other animals?
Even not in here, but in this bear bile is also traded. That is also called so-called aphrodisiac property, which is also a myth. So mostly all these are traditional myths only. There's no recorded medicinal property for any of these animal parts.
What about pangolins and?
Pangolin scale is also kind of it's a keratin material. That is also no medicinal value at all.